Is it sane? Is it possible? Still I ask myself, are we am I? In our game, it's not logical, but you contemplate, are we am I?
Yes. 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 Until I believe the words that I'm saying, yes. This team, bro. This team. Steve Dangle here. On the SDPN YouTube channel. The stream is brought to you by Bally Sportsbook and Casino. Click like, click subscribe, tell your friends. We already got a lot going on in the chat. Heavens. Gord Ziller, welcome to SDP VIP ad free. Kai Stewart, welcome to SDP VIP. Wa 44ing Ford, welcome to SDP VIP. Tasso Kirkos, welcome to SDP VIP. Del Tago La Vista, sent 10 SDPN memberships. Heather the Avs fan sent 10 SDPN memberships, and Corrupted sent 5 SDPN memberships. That is a good old start to a stream. Del Tago said, for the Sens win Ontario's team. See, you ruined it. You ruined it. Sedin Magic, we have to start this off the right way. Let's go! You're right. Does he start the stream yelling no instead of yes? I might have to. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. Toronto, Nashville tonight. Toronto favored for some reason, Bally Sportsbook and Casino. And by the way, I should mention this stream is available 2 different ways today for the first time. It's never been like this before. We obviously have the full screen like we always do, but we also have it in, is it 9:16, Drew? That's what it is? Or 16:9? So this, we got it like this, but we also got it like this. There's the horizontal rectangle, but we also got the vertical triangle, if that's how you prefer to watch things. I missed last game due to watching the new Avatar movie. I think you're the only one. No regrets. Now watching this on Prime in my bedroom. Leafs, it's time to prove you're worthy. Leafs, can you live up to the standard set by the 3rd Avatar movie? Okay, I'm here. We can continue the downfall. That's the spirit. As a Leafs fan, I hate to say it, but do you have your pillow ready? Yeah, it's over there. Professional sicko reporting for duty, Chief. And by the way, speaking of Ballybet, Sportsbook and Casino, there's a new offer available tonight. This might tickle the fancy of several of you. It's new. Let me explain it to you. We call it the win and get up to $400. It's very simple. And the basic mechanic is as follows. $400 in bonus bets. Now, this is void in Canada and it's US only. Got to get that out of the way right away. But if you're one of those people who's in the US, I know we got a lot of American viewers, download the Ballybet app and register with the promo code Go to the Net. All one word. Number 2, make your first deposit. Number 3, choose a bet and submit a wager of at least $10. Number 4, and this is very important, the bonus bets you receive will be based on the odds of your wager. So, for example, if your wager is plus 150, right? And if your bet wins, you'll get $150 in bonus bets. There you go. So it's up to a maximum of $400 in bonus bets. And that's how it works. Chuggaland. As a Sens fan, I want Nashville 9-2 2.0. See, if Nashville wins 9-2 tonight, you might see the Leafs actually do something. So I don't know how badly you want that. Nick Martins 8136. Welcome to SDP VIP. If the Leafs were as loyal as their fans, oh well, they're not. They don't care about you or I, like, at all. Like, at all, right? Like, do you guys feel connected to the team? Like, you feel reached out to? You feel loved? No, you don't. They're awful. Like, forget the on ice product. As an organization, horrible. The people in the organization have been very good to me, but like, that doesn't count. That doesn't count at all. How do you treat everybody? Wes Richard sent 20 SDPN memberships. Gracias West and Kathy Lawson with 5 SDPN memberships. People are in the giving mood tonight. If you get an SDPN membership, you get SDP VIP here on this YouTube channel for the next month for free. So thank whoever gifts you a membership. It is chosen at random. But if you get gifted a membership, I highly encourage you to consider extending it to a year. Who's the first goal scorer? Michael Bunting. Merch line from Jesse this week. Rage on, Steve. Did he say that? Okay, so a little behind the scenes thing that I don't think everyone knows. So how many episodes of the podcast were there this week? You heard 4. If you're an SDP VIP, you heard 4. It was Monday, and there was Wednesday, and there was Friday, and there was the VIP episode. Well, we're taking the next 2 weeks off. So in order to take the next 2 weeks off without missing a podcast, this week we recorded 10 episodes. I'm tired, boss. They average like an hour and a half each. Like, it's quite a bit of content. 15 hours of content. Right? It's a lot. Here are the lines tonight. A lot of change. Nyes, Matthews, Cowan. Machelli, Tavares, Nylander, Robertson, Waugh, McMahon, Joshua, Lawton, Yarncroke. Folks, I won't lie to you. That is hot ass. I hate those changes. A lot. They might work, though. Yeah, Drew with the question, and I should just be better at content than this. Here's why. Okay, Cowan up with Matthews. I understand. You want a playmaker up there, and you don't want Matthews. Or not Matthews, sorry. You don't want Max Domi, who is scratched. And you don't want Machelli there either. You trust Cowan more than any of them, which is an indictment of the lineup. Machelli with Tavares and Nylander, that's a decent combination of guys. Machelli will be motivated. If Nylander plays the way he has over the past week, they're dead, and it won't matter. The third line, Robertson, Waugh, McMahon. Robertson and McMahon have good chemistry, and Waugh's been excellent. I just hate separating Joshua and Waugh because they've been such an excellent duo. And I guess Joshua goes down to Lawton because Lawton doesn't have Lorentz, because for whatever reason you've chosen to scratch Lorentz and you have Yarncroke on the right, even though Lorentz is capable of playing the right. Yuck, boo, I hate it. Gross. And Philip Myers is in for Henry Thrun. We should have traded Machelli for Marchment. I don't think that would have got it done. Why are all the go sends, go Steve? What is this? Not only do I feel they don't care about us, I'm a customer who feels like an inconvenience. Damn if that's not the Leafs fan experience. Zach, welcome to SDP VIP ad free. Marlies win 4-3 in OT. Hopefully the Leafs keep up. Sorry, I'm trying to get through these before the game starts. I don't think I'm going to make it. I only get upset when the Caps lose because we don't get an insane locker room video after. It makes a difference when the team is emotionally engaging. Did you just make the Green Mile reference? Bodes well for the stream. I sure did. And the puck is dropped. Leafs win the opening draw. Battle in the neutral zone. The Preds get it deep, and they blow the whistle already. I believe the puck went out of play, which is a blessing for me so I can get through these. R.I.P. Greg Biffle and his family gone too soon. NASCAR driver died with his family? Oh, my God. Oh, airplane? When did that happen? Oh my God, I hadn't heard of that. That's awful. Leafs core giving a damn is currently at plus 350. Zero effort performance tonight. Will they scratch Willie? Oh, they'll do more than scratch Willie. I think they'll scratch Berube. Matthews gains center, gets it deep. Leafs hold the zone. Drew asking if the Leafs lose tonight, is Berube done? It depends how they lose. And here's why this game is so important. They will lose tomorrow. You're playing Dallas on the second half of a back-to-back in Dallas. You are dead. You're dead. You are dead, people. Drew making a very good point. That is the kind of game the Leafs win. That has occurred to me. And who knows? You might be right. Preds get it out of their own zone. They get it deep, but that'll be icing. Drew is cheering for the Leafs tomorrow to beat the Dallas Stars. Sens fans are attempting to assimilate you. Never. They don't hate to lose. Is that the best way to describe the Matthews era Leafs? They care the second most. Emo Jalapeno, Mustard. Great point. Great producer. Leafs come up at the puck after the ozone draw. Preds get it back and they break out 2-on-3. They get it deep. I think they might be offside right now. Puck took a very strange bounce. I think it must have hit the official. Hard around, but out of the reach of Myers. Robertson creates a turnover and he breaks it out. Over to McMahon. To Waugh! Scores! The third line's chemistry obvious right away. And the Leafs take the 1-0 lead early. What are they looking at? No, there's something in the corner. Did something get thrown at the Leafs when they scored? So Robertson creates a turnover, breaks out, doesn't panic dump it, gets it over to McMahon, over to Waugh, scores. But what I want to see is what happened afterward. Boy, that's such a perfect tip from Waugh. And the Leafs lead 92 seconds into the game. The Preds have been much better recently, but they didn't look very good there. That's Waugh's third of the season. That feels impossible. He's been legitimately very, very good. Yarncroke taken down behind the Preds net. This is where he went all the way to the Stanley Cup final back in 2017. Updated odds, Leafs minus 215. Hot diggity dog. And the Preds plus 155. So Preds 155, something to consider with the bonus bets that I mentioned to you before the game began. Bunting. Whoa! Stop from. Is it Hill to be in net tonight? I believe it is. This is Nick Waugh's. Oh, it's Wool? Oh, it is Wool. Sorry. Oh, wow. Yeah, that was deflected by Benoit. I don't remember what I was about to say. Sorry, there's a lot going on. Oh, Nick Waugh's 400th career game. Battle behind the Leafs net. Ekman Larson to Yarncroke. Gets it deep as he goes for a change. Third line identity line, straight up Carpenters. If the Leafs, if their first shot doesn't go in, well, that's the end of this game. Yo, you're not wrong. Michelli to Nylander. Cuts! Just missed wide. He had Saros beat there. Saros looking a little shaky. Nylander looking engaged. Battle along the half wall. Tavares comes up with it to Willie. Willie scoots. Willie cuts toward the net. Willie hasn't looked this good in over a week. Michelli. Cross ice. Willie! He's blocked. Leafs hold the zone. Spinorama from Stetcher. Stetcher on, deflected. That one goes just wide. Leafs with a little bit of pressure here. 50 straight seconds in the offensive zone. Matthews trying to create a turnover. Preds get away from the Leafs, and they get out. Myers over to Riley. Cowan chips it in. 53 looks like 63 when the numbers wrinkle. Here come the Preds attacking with speed. Shot blocked by Cowan, and that took a bite out of Cowan. Ooh, he doesn't look good. He's going to the Leafs bench right now. Saros out of the net to play it. Ostino says, Gavin? Well, 2 weeks. I'll get to the comments in a minute. Sorry, there's a lot going on. McMahon, end boards. Here comes Evangelista. Cross ice, wide open player. Oh, he misses the net. That was bunting. Leafs let him get away. Drew asking, how long did it take the Leafs to get shot number 2 against Chicago? At least 11 minutes. Had to have been. Oh, nearly a break for Nashville. Hollis stops up, waits for reinforcements. Leafs all bunched up defensively, though. Waugh directing traffic. Deflection, stop by Wool. McCabe over to Robertson, who's hammered to the ice by Bunting. Bunting, cross ice. In front! Stop by Wool. Sharp save. Leafs get it out, and that'll be enough for at least a couple guys to change. Wide open wheelin' dealin' game tonight. Preds getting their chances. Wool just standing tall. Leafs have one shot on goal, and it was a real good one. It went in. And we get a whistle. I think we're getting our first penalty of the game. It looks like a hook. And it's going to the Preds Leafs power play. I'm calling my shot. They're scoring. They're scoring. I've never been so sure. Oh, Drew's saying call the person who scores. Willie. I was talking about the coach should be fired. Pre-game, I was like, these lines stink. And we uploaded a social video where I said I would scratch William Nylander. He is scoring. That's how this works. Drew is calling it that the Preds are going to score shorthanded. Leafs are scoring here. Steven, well, 2 weeks into having 2 children, my 2-year-old son calls his newborn sister baby crying, or tells my partner when she is holding her, daddy hold it, and no one is sleeping, but hey, go Wings. You know what? When your team has 7 wins in their last 10 games, that's got to feel good, no matter how sleep deprived you are. Steeson, if the Leafs... Oh, wait, I already read that one. Natalie Drake, I haven't yet been a Leafs fan through a truly bad era because you arrived in 2021. Advice for making it through and continuing to love the sport and team. The sport's not hard to like. I like paying attention to the whole NHL. It's definitely easier to pay attention to the rest of the NHL when your team sucks. You know, when your team sucks, it's actually kind of a good time to learn more about it. Like, learn more about the prospects, minor league team, who they got in junior. And like it's actually kind of an exciting team when your team sucks, because like coach might get fired. That means a new coach. GM might get fired. That means a new GM. All that stuff. You nailed it on the podcast yesterday. I always do. Denise. Leafs power play underway. 31st ranked power play in the league. So we got Matthews, Robertson, Riley, Cowan, Nyes. Completely different look. Robertson. Cowan. Oh, my computer is sticking like crazy. Matthews. Yours is doing the same thing? Is this a Bell issue? You're on Roger? All right. Cowan. Remember when things worked? Riley. I have no patience for technology. Work or don't. Matthews down low. In front. Robertson stopped by Saros. That's a grade A chance, though. Preds PK at home is ranked second in the NHL. Here's the second unit. OEL, Nylander, Michelli, Tavares. Wow. Nylander cross ice to Tavares. He fans on the spin shot. He traps it on the half wall, though. Tavares tries to get it into the corner. Doesn't work. Preds are going to clear it here. 30 seconds to go in this power play. Michelli gains the zone, hands it off. Here's Willie. Nylander centers it for Michelli. Can't get the shot off. Willie. Finds Tavares. Cross ice. Michelli. Oh, he was looking for Waugh. Couldn't find him. That would have been great. Would have been. I agree, Drew. I don't know why Michelli doesn't shoot that. That's one of those annoying play where it's like, well, if the pass gets through, it's a goal. Yeah, well, the pass didn't get through, did it? Matthew shoots. Stopped by Saros. Cowan on the rebound to stop. Cowan looking better after blocking that shot. McCabe plays the puck in his own corner. Nyes to Matthews. I'm not sure what on earth that was, Nyesy. Working to take the puck off Forsberg. Preds get it deep instead. Stetcher. Can't find Matthews. Matthews takes it off of Forsberg. Tries to set up Nyes, who has to get on his horse. He does. Gets it to Cowan. Lawton on for Matthews. Lawton plays the man and not the puck. Here come the Preds. Into Riley. Myers. Way up the ice. It won't be icing. Yarncroke battling for it. Preds moving the puck really well through the neutral zone tonight. Bunting hands it off to Evangelista. Bunting got a deflection on it, but it goes wide. Both teams have had the shots are 5-2 for the Preds. Both teams have missed the net a number of times already. Benoit gets a little bit of body on Bunting. Bunting shoots! Stopped by the paddle of Wool. Centered for no one. William Nylander collects it. Through the neutral zone. Hands it off to Tavares, who tries to get it to Willie. Willie is trying so hard. Tavares! Got the pass from Michelli. Couldn't bury it. Nylander with the offensive zone steal. The Leafs, I know it's the Preds. This is as much effort as I've seen them with for weeks. Tavares. Sorry. These tech issues are very distracting. Preds get it to the point. On! Stopped by Wool. Shots now 7-5 for the Preds. It looks like we're going to go to commercial break. Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. Windwalker, would you put up with hockey being aired only on streaming services if it meant no ads? No. Not everyone has these streaming services. And also, like, there's ads on some of these streaming services. If you create a monopoly, they will push it. Oh, it's all on streaming services. Now we don't get ads until the streaming service is like, hey, we know you pay for this, but like there's ads now. The broader question you're asking me is, do you trust tech companies? And no, I don't. They are all evil reptiles, and I hate them. Brandon, if Lambert was still here, would Chief still be? Oh boy, I loved Lane Lambert as assistant coach of the Leafs. He is doing a terrible job as head coach of the Kraken. So I don't think that would be going great. JG Parsons, dear Steve, I wish that movie made for kids had more effort put into them, but I understand that if the kids like them, they get the job done. Oh, you're talking about Minecraft. I just missed that 94 to 96 period where it was all bangers. Yeah, because we were kids. Like, that's like what? Lion King, Toy Story. Small Soldiers. Drew with the pull. That would be around Iron Giant, right? I think. Man, that was a good era. Preds win the ozone draw. Hunchback in Notre Dame, I think, might have been a little after that. McMahon trying to create a breakaway. He centers it, no one there. Yeah, I didn't like it either, Drew, but a lot of people did. I don't know. It was a box office hit. Wasn't for me, though. Oh! Saros having to deal with a bouncing puck. Leafs keep it alive in the offensive zone. Wah couldn't get it to his line mates. Yossi dumps it. Wah. Robertson. He'll rifle it around. Almost steals it off of Saros. And the Preds, I think, will ice it yet again. They've iced it quite a few times in this game. Oh, Drew with a great question. There's an advertisement on the boards for turtles, as in chocolate turtles. For a Christmas snack, he's saying turtles or Ferrero Rocher. I could see myself being in the mood for one or the other, but I'm going to give. That's a nice shot from Riley. Stop by Saros. I'm going to give the advantage to turtles. Drew says I'm wrong. Okay, so I understand the point you're making. He could eat 50 Ferrero Rochers, but he could only have 2 turtles before he's sick of them. If you're going for quantity, you do Ferrero Rocher. You can muck those. Easy. They're very muckable. Turtles, not very muckable. It's not a snack you can eat quickly. I feel you on that one. I understand. It's just you asked me the question and I was like, what do I want right now? And my body was like, you want a damn turtle. All right, you're wrong. Drew just goes, turtles are like Snickers. They suck. That's like that's a top 5 chocolate bar. You're crazy. Like top 5 universally beloved chocolate bar. What are we doing? No chance. Well, if you're allergic to peanuts, then okay. That's what's it called? Bean soup. Have you heard that TikTok phenomenon where someone did a recipe for something called bean soup, and there was a comment under it that said, "What if I don't like beans?" Then don't eat it. What if you're allergic to peanuts? Then don't eat it. What? Preds, ozone draw. It's blocked. Turnover from Cowan. That won't keep you on the top line. Puck goes out of play, but it looks like the Leafs are going to get their first penalty of the game. Is it going against Matthews? Put the pyramids back. Drew goes, you probably like Terry's chocolate orange too. You bet I do. You bet. 65-year-old ballad, he says. Drew, we got to get you on mic, man. Especially like the pre-Christmas episode. I work in big tech. Don't trust them. Oh, that's a good comment. Put the pyramids back. Old Leaf fans will know what I mean. I guess I'm not old then. Every time I hear wah, I think of that Vine of the little kid trying to read and pronounce the word who, and she's like, wah? I know what you're talking about. Do you ever just rifle through one of those variety chocolate sets for a specific flavor? Caramels for me. So I used to only hunt a specific flavor. I used to hunt a specific flavor. Now I just take what I get. Oh, there's a problem with the clock right now. The whistle went, but it kept going. So they're going to have to go back and fix it. Red Kelly put pyramids all over Maple Leaf Gardens to give the Leafs pyramid power in the playoffs in 1976. Oh, so it didn't work. He did it to cure headaches for them as well. This was Red Kelly? That guy won cups in Toronto. Which is surprising given that story. Forsberg. To Yossi at the point. Forsberg along the half wall. In front! What a move from O'Reilly! But he was stopped by Woll and the Leafs clear it. Jeez, that was a nice move from Ryan O'Reilly and his illegal stick. His stick shouldn't be allowed. Preds gain the zone. That's Evangelista working with Forsberg. Wah goes around for Stetcher, and that was the right choice as the Leafs clear it. Natalie with the Red Dead reference. You love turtles? I love them too. Turtles. Nick Waugh attacking shorthanded. And he'll just dump it behind the Preds net. A minute to go in this penalty kill for the Leafs as they nurse a 1-0 lead here in the first period in Nashville. Blankenberg, who's had a real good season for the Preds. To Wood. Holla. I saw a number ending in 6. Preds can't hold the line, and it is a 2-on-1 Lawton. Yarncroke can't hit the net, Callie. Lawton finds Yarncroke again, who rags it all the way back. Stetcher, McCabe, 25 seconds. Leafs dump it. Oh, Callie hit the net, bro. 15 seconds. Wool. Lawton adds such a different dynamic to the Leafs PK. It's crazy how much better it is with him in the lineup. Leafs kill it off. McMahon has Matthews with him. Matthews, couldn't quite find Stetcher. Preds trying to break out with numbers. Holla gets it deep. Wool thought about playing it, didn't. Usually the right choice. Holla with it. Around to the point. Perbix. OEL. Nylander. Find Stetcher. Stetcher off the boards and out. Where is it? Tavares after it. .420 to go in the first. Another icing from Nashville. You know, it's a good game when the most excited Steve got was for a clock problem. Hey, I was excited for the goal. You just got here. I feel bad for anybody who's allergic to peanuts because peanut butter is legit the food of the gods. Better than chocolate, caramel, ice cream, all of it. Wow. My kid just, like Leo, just asked for peanut butter spoons. We'll give him spoons with peanut butter on them. And he's kind of a picky eater, so I'm like, just get the calories in you, bud. I don't care. And we just give him as much peanut butter as he wants. That's Drew's daughter with Nutella. Another icing from Nashville. And that one gets booed. Way to kill the orangutans, by the way, Drew. Sorry, I worked at the zoo, and the zoo is like, Nutella's bad. Something about palm oil. I used to know. I don't anymore. Maple Leafs on offense. Shot attempts, 27 slot shots, 29 ozone possession, 29th rebound chances. This is from Ostino. You didn't know it was that bad. Oh, it's bad. Wool out of his net to play it. How long does Matthews get to stay in the elite tier with 0 conference finals to show for it? Oh, he's not elite. Not this year. He's not in that conversation anymore. He has to work his way back into it. You don't get to have 14 goals and be elite. Maybe if you're a defenseman, I think he's tied with Jacob Chikrin. Like, if you're a defenseman with 14 goals, you're elite. Not if you're a number 1 center in the National Hockey League. Nope. Be under a point a game and you're elite. He's got to work his way back in. He does a lot of things well. He used to do a lot of things great, and he needs to get back to that, especially for 13 and a quarter, and especially where in the sea. Cowan. Wah. Battling Yossi. Preds come out with it. Robertson in the neutral zone. Robertson. Stick handling. Robertson hands it off to McMahon, just out of reach, though. Preds will take advantage of that, and here they come. Evangelista. That could have been icing. Robertson stops up. Myers misplays the puck. God, he really hates the puck. Waugh gets it deep, and he'll go off for a change. Saros plays it. Preds break out of their zone. Here's Wood. Swatted away by Benoit, but the Preds stay with it. Svechkov couldn't find a teammate. Wham! Wool stops that deflection. The name of the game is deflections for Nashville tonight. Under 2 minutes to go in the first period. Marchessault not in the lineup. Chris Cuthbert reminding us all. Svechkov. Big battle along the half wall in the Leaf zone. Preds get it at the point. One-timer! Blockered away by Wool. Rebound. That one goes well wide. There was Willsby with the big shot. Benoit staples Svechkov. Wood comes in. In front of the Leafs net, Myers to Stetcher and down the ice. .105 to go in the first period. Stamkos with speed. Bunting. Stamkos behind the Leafs net. Stamkos Can't shovel it. Preds at the point. That's blocked by Riley. Nylander finds Tavares. Can't find Michelli. Michelli finds it, though. Hands it off to Willie. Oh, can't find Tavares. But Michelli again. Magnetic to the puck. Stetcher. Michelli. Finds McCabe. Willie. On from distance. That's stopped by Saros. Not the most dangerous shot, but it leads to an ozone draw, which is never a bad thing. To everyone who keeps saying DeBoer incoming for the Leafs, I'm sure that the two American goalies talking to Otter, I'm sure that the two American goalies talk to Otter. Oh, Stollers and Wool. I think it would be the worst idea. I don't think the Leafs are going to get DeBoer, even if Berube gets fired. Cassie, I decided to test if I was allergic to pistachios while at the hospital the other day, since my mom is allergic. The answer was indeed yes, not deathly, but it made my tongue swell up. Jeez, Cassie. At least you were in the right place for it. Preds, shot. That's stopped by Wool. Leafs can't clear it. That puck goes out of play with a second to go in the first period. Easton, buddy. Do you believe your career would look different if the Predators had relocated to Hamilton in 2007 with another NHL franchise in the GTA? After your trip to Nashville in 2017, are you glad they stayed? Well, I'm glad they stayed. I was never, ever, 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 ever going to cheer for another team other than the Leafs. I just don't believe in it. You pick a team, and then that is your team. Preds have pulled Saros. I mean, there's only a second left. Stamkos gets kicked out of the draw, so O'Reilly comes in. Waugh wins it, and we go to intermission. Leafs 1. That was Nick Waugh. Preds 0. That was none of them. Leafs 1-0 lead after 1. Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel, brought to you by Bally Sportsbook and Casino. Click like, click subscribe, tell your friends. Click the link in the description for trivia, by the way. We're going to be playing that right now. Let me just catch up before we do that. Why doesn't Santa ever buy anything? He only travels with a few bucks. I know it's dumb, but I got it. Okay, I give up. Where are the real Leafs? You know what's funny? We're like, man, they tried so hard. That's their best period in a while. They didn't exactly dominate, did they? They look fine. They looked adequate. Let's say like Austin Matthews goes to the Olympics and has a good tournament, and that's the spark that he needed to come back and look like the superstar that we know he is. I think 13.25 should be the spark. I think that should be the spark. Not sure how realistic it is, but how would you feel about Laviolette for new coach? Like, a lot of people are saying Berube is not a bad coach. He's not the problem. Most coaches who get fired are not bad coaches, honestly. At least half of them. It's just not working. It's just not working, and it's not fair, but like, what are you going to do? Trade the core? Good luck with that. Cassie dropping a 50 piece on us. Ho, ho, ho. 50 SDPN memberships. If you got a membership from Cassie, be sure to thank Cassie. Let's get some Cassie clan going in the chat. It's too bad you're taking 2 weeks off. Sens Hawks had 3 goal reviews, and literally none of them made sense. Yeah, I saw the one ref say he misspoke. Like, you had one job, you know? JG Parsons, at a good return, do you deal Matthews? You're not getting a good return. You're not. Full no move, by the way. Mike Sullivan, you are Leafs head coach. No. Cassie says, boo, jump scare. Congrats, Leafs. Ahead 1-0 against one of the worst NHL teams. I'll take it. Not sure how realistic, but how would you feel? Oh, wait, I already read that one. Okay. Pervia. Oh, that's why I'm so distracted. I had the broadcast playing. This is second chance trivia. This is trivia that we've done before. And you have a second chance to get it. Open the Spark app. You can click the link in the description. You can click the link in the chat. Spark app's fun, man. There's a lot to do in there. The fantasy football is very fun with Drew and Stu. It's not fantasy football. What do you call it? It's Pick'em. But isn't Pick'em a type of fantasy football? Fantasy football is having players. Pick'em is Pick'em. Do I call picking NHL teams to win fantasy hockey? Yeah, but I'm stupid. So, are you ready for second chance trivia? Drew, what do you think? We're going to give you 30 seconds. Cassie says, okay, I got work tomorrow. Good night. What? You just dropped a 50 piece on us and you're going to leave? Merry Christmas and happy holidays. Please come back. We're going to start. Second chance trivia. Speed matters. Getting it right matters. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What does the H in the Montreal Canadiens logo stand for? A, habitant. B, hockey. C, home team. D, hello. Only 14% of you got this right the first time. The answer is B, hockey. The H in the Montreal Canadiens logo does in fact stand for hockey, as in the franchise's official name, Club de Hockey Canadien. 23% of you got it. Wow. That is a vicious question. Less than a quarter both times. That's crazy. Number 2, he may be small in stature, but he's big on proper capitalization. How do you spell Alex DeBrincat? There's 4 options on screen. I'm not reading them all. Only 65% of you got this right the first time. I shouldn't say only. That's what, more than half. This should be easy. D. Alex D, little e, big B, Rincat. 52% of you got it this time. That's a big drop. That's a 13% drop. Question 3. Noah Laba. Who he play for? A, New York Rangers. B, San Jose Sharks. C, Boston Bruins. D, Edmonton Oilers. We played who he play for on one of our holiday episodes of the SDP. Wow, was it hard? Only 32% of you got this right last time. The answer is A, the New York Rangers. 33% of you got it right this time. Almost no improvement whatsoever. He's a center for the Rangers. That's crazy. Question 4. How many NHL dynasties have been officially recognized by the Hockey Hall of Fame? A4, B5, C7, D9. It's a tricky one. The answer, D9. The 20-27 Ottawa Senators, the 46-51 Leafs, the 49-50 Red Wings. What? The 55-60 Habs, 61 to this. That's too many times. Only 18% of you got this, which is a huge improvement from 5% the last time, which might be the worst percentage in the history of this game. Number 5. What was Scotiabank Arena before becoming a multi-purpose sports venue? A horse track. B, a mail depot. C, a parking lot. D, a really nice Italian place. From 1946 to 1994, a mail depot for the Toronto Postal Delivery Building. 26% of you got this last time. And this time, it was 51. Big improvement. Number 6. Which of these is a defunct Western Hockey League team? A, the Calgary Cowboys. B, Flin Flon Frost Giants. C, Winnipeg Ice. D, Moose Jaw Moose. 43% of you got this last time. It is C, the Winnipeg Ice. It's a recent one. Winnipeg Ice were the Edmonton Ice, then the Kootenay Ice, and now they are the Wenatchee Wild. 45% of you got it. Good improvement by 2%. Question 7. Who wears number 81 for the Toronto Maple Leafs? A, Dakota Joshua. B, Nick Robertson. C, Phil Kessel. D, Troy Stetcher. Only 69% of you got this right the first time? I refuse to believe that. It's A, Dakota Joshua. 71%. What? He's playing tonight. Castle War 81. Stetcher, you have no excuse. Robertson at least has a number that starts with 8. Oh my God. And number 8. What arena do the Montreal Canadiens currently call home? A, the Montreal Forum. B, Bell Center. C, Molson Center. D, Bell Center. Spelled different. 30% of you got this right last time. The answer is D, Bell, Centre. 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 67% of you got it for the Habs answer. That's kind of perfect. That is the end of our trivia for tonight. Christopher wins the Connor McDavid figure courtesy of McFarlane Toys. We got Daisy and Keegan coming in second and third. You guys get Spark SDPN mini sticks. The rest of you get 15% off at the SDPN store. All you got to do is you can claim that through however you logged on to the Spark app today. Yeah, it should go to your email. Last thing, Chris Bennett said, if this wasn't a consistent problem with this team, I would agree. It's getting worse every season. A new coach won't fix Matthews' health. That is the biggest issue facing this team. And it is depressing. Drew, shall we throw to a clip? This is about the Leafs power play being bad. Here's a clip.
I think one thing I'm going to, and you mentioned it, I think the thing that we should start with is the power play, which has already been
Well,
referenced.
and let me add one more thing.
Okay.
You have no assets to do trades. Okay, well, do me a favor. Put on the hot dog costume, and we're all going to try to find the guy who did this.
Yeah. So the power play is interesting because for the second season running, the power play is bad through the first 30 games.
Uh-huh.
And, you can get away with that one season because, hey, the power play rebounded and actually they were really good and they turned it on towards the end of the season, and that's great. Okay. You can't do that 2 years in a row.
I might be wrong. Last year, their power play was bad. I don't remember it being close to this.
Well, no, it wasn't 31st in the league, which is what it is this morning, at 14.1%.
I can't believe they're not decidedly 32nd.
Well, and
No, Calgary exists.
Calgary.
That's
Calgary can't
insane.
Calgary is an NHL team. They're going to be below everybody else.
Like, it's crazy to me that any team is capable of being worse than this.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
And Toronto, according to Travis Yost, is tied with Calgary for dead last at 4.7 goals per 60 on the power play this year. So they're as bad as Calgary. And Flames
Just
fans
turn
are
it
like,
down.
oh, man, you're as bad as us? Holy
Just
shit.
turn it down.
Well, so this is where I noticed last night a little bit where Berube is like, oh, my big message is I'm going to start the second power play unit on the fourth power play of the game that we've gotten.
Mm-hmm.
And, at a certain point, he's got to look down the bench at the guy he's friends with, who he brought from St. Louis, and say, you're not the guy, pal. Mm-hmm. That's where the accountability starts.
Mike Van Ryn, too.
Sure,
on
whatever. But the power play guy is Mark Savard.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to set up for everyone the implications of Berube getting fired.
Yeah, but let's
two other
just
guys
talk about,
are probably gone.
Let's just talk about other sports for a second here.
Sure.
Where they fire offensive defensive coordinators.
All the time.
All the time. This guy can't do it. This guy can't do it. You've got all the proof. You've got over $50 million on the first power play unit, and two of the guys have not had a power play point in 20 games. I don't know. I don't know what you need to switch that up. Also, the best defenseman on the team is not on the first unit.
Yeah.
Befuddling. Oliver Ekman-Larsson is not on the first power play unit. Are you kidding me? And this is where it all sort of starts, because if you get a couple power play goals, you're in that game.
How many? What were they? 0 for 5? 0 for 4 or 0 for 5?
Yeah.
How many games this season have they gotten 5 power play opportunities?
Zero games.
And
I don't think that's ever happened.
And they completely blew it.
Yeah.
Well, we've talked about it on the show. It's difficult for me, right? Like, I know Savvy a little bit, and it's unjustifiable. I can't do it. How can you possibly? They're 31st, tied with the team he came from.
Yeah.
How with Austin Matthews, who is still capable of some things, William Nylander, Matthew Nyes, John Tavares, and whoever else you want to put there, how are you getting 4.7? What was it? 4.7 goals per 60?
Okay.
It's unjustifiable.
Yeah.
And, I've been saying on the show, like, how often do you see an assistant coach fired by themselves mid-season? It is rare, but it does happen.
In other sports, it happens all the time.
Yeah. Well, it happens in hockey too. It's so rare that we forget about it. And the Habs did it, but I think it was like right before the season began a few years ago. And one of the most recent teams to do it, and I wasn't shocked at all. I was like, man, who did it? Oh, them. That makes sense. The Minnesota Wild. They did it. I think it was 2022. And I'm like, God, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Just a team that never whines and complains about, well, we can't do it. We couldn't possibly do it. Bill Guerin, there's a reason they talk about him like he's Randy March trying to get weed. That guy slams it on the table, and the windshield of your car shatters. With the Kaprizov contract and trading for Quinn Hughes and the unfathomable psychosis of buying out Zach Parise and Ryan Suter at the same time for the cap penalty that the Wild had to endure for years.
3 years. 3 years of $15 million against the cap.
That's crazy. And what does he have to show for it? He's able to afford the risk of going out and spending a ton of his future on Quinn Hughes because he has done such a good job drafting. He's able to spend $1 bajillion on Kirill Kaprizov because he's done such a good job on contracts. If you are a fan of anyone, really. Hello, Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. The stream is brought to you by Bally Sportsbook and Casino. Puck is about to drop in Nashville. Here it is. Puck is dropped. Preds smack it deep into the leaf zone. A lot of pressure on Stetcher. Nice. Gets it to Cowan, who gets it in deep, and he'll chase. Good pressure from Cowan. Preds get out. That's definitely icing. Wool out of his net to play it for some reason. Nice. McCabe. Stetcher. Flips it in. Leafs will change. Michelli's out there. Tavares chasing. Saros barely clears the zone. Michelli in pursuit. Tavares, good read there. But the Preds get it out. A defensive effort from Nylander to create a turnover. Does he know it's 2025? What is this? Riley. Around to Willie. It's out. Wool. Myers. Sammy Lindstrom. The confidence I had in clicking center and not center. Total facepalm moment. Yeah, second chance trivia will drive you nuts. JD Atkinson, technically Centre Belle. You take that up with our quizmaster, Justin. Heather, the Avs fan. Story. A few weeks back, there were boos at an Avs game during the power play. Nathan McKinnon told us through the media our boos were not appreciated. No boos since. Even we're scared of our top player. The power play still sucks. Yeah, I'm not sure anything on the Avs sucks. You could have the 32nd place power play, and I don't think you'd be allowed to say anything. You're on pace to beat the Bruins' regular season record. Shut up. Yes, Drew, I am talking to you directly. They're the 28th ranked power play? No, that makes no sense. That's crazy. Here's Holla. Shoots directly into the logo on Wool's chest. We got a face-off. The Preds lead the league in percentage of time trailing this season at 42.8%. No one else is at 40. Goodness gracious. That's a crazy stat. Their goal differential is minus 25, which is second worst in the NHL. But they win that draw, deflected and wide. Again, if the Preds do score in this game, it'll be off a deflection, is my guess. Because that's definitely what they've been going for in the first 22 minutes. That one was stopped by Wool. Ooh. Lawton giving one of the Preds a decent little smack. What is that neck guard that Roman Josi is wearing? I have never seen one like that. What is that? It's a horseshoe. Leafs. Is it a Q collar? What is that? Oh, football players wear it to prevent concussions. I don't know if he has a concussion history. I feel like he does. I I assume hockey players do. How does it prevent concussions? I guess maybe prevent your head from snapping back? Huh. I'd never seen that. Preds gain the zone. They get it deep. Oh, O'Reilly! That play came out of nowhere. Tried to chip a top corner. Just off target. Evangelista. Nice. Loses the puck. Evangelista throws it right back down into the Leaf zone. Preds! Evangelista! Oh, my goodness! That's going to be a penalty. He was double teamed there, and he is slow to get up. He face planted. I need to see that again. I don't think I understand what I just saw. So Jake McCabe slides into him body first. So I imagine he's going for the trip. And Nyes, while trying to play the body, also trips over McCabe, which causes Evangelista to face plant. Evangelista is going to be okay, and the reason I know this is he's out there for the start of the power play. Emo Jalapeno, the mustard color makes me want a hot dog real bad. You don't know mustard. Stamkos, one-timer stop by Wool. The Preds used to have a true, like, Dijon color jersey, and it was friggin' awful. This is just yellow. It's the color of French's. Forsberg cuts in, blocked by Benoit. Hammered on by Josi. Yarncrow collects the rebound, and he'll backhand it all the way down the ice. Denise, Drew, how did the NFL stream On Location go? That's right. Drew says it wasn't On Location because your live show is January 11th in Kingston at the Mansion. Preds. Ryan O'Reilly down low. Gets it to the point. Bunting hands it off. Preds. Stamkos to the point. Shot. Scores. Roman Josi with the blast, but Eric Halla is leading the line to the bench. So the Preds tie it up with a power play goal. And what did I tell you? It was a deflection. Oh, Stamkos hit Wool right in the mask. Stamkos to Josi. And I mean, geez, Halla taking away Wool's eyes entirely. No one on him at all. I'm positive that's not how you play the penalty kill. Drew saying they might challenge for goalie interference. We'll see. Yeah, they're not doing it. I mean, it's a bit of a crapshoot. If you were to trade Matthews for a D-man like Werenski 1-for-1, would you? Says Chris Bennett. We're getting crazy. Updated live odds on Bally Sportsbook and Casino. -115 for the Leafs, -115 for the Preds. Even odds. Benoit, that one goes wide. I mean, Evangelista has gone to the dressing room now. after being on a successful power play. Drew says, weren't the shots 7-7? It wasn't 7-7. I think it was like 9-7, but yeah, now it's 15-7 for the Preds. Yeah, welcome to the Leafs, man. I don't know. OEL, his pass doesn't connect. Preds get out. Michelli works to get the puck back, though. Robertson nearly creates a turnover there, but now here come the Preds with speed. Stamkos hands it off. One-timer is wide. And out of the reach of any Leafs. Yossi collects it behind his own net. Drew confirming Roman Yossi wears a Q collar. I'd never heard of them. Ooh, very nearly a chance for Perbix there. Forsberg. Wool tries to cover it. Now it's wide. The Preds are attacking Phil Myers here. No icing there. Mo Bailey. Hi, Steve. I miss Eric Halla. Go Devils. Canes suck. Wool covers it up. Didn't Halla have a bracelet that said Canes suck? Do we know why Eric Halla hates the Hurricanes so much? Yeah, he was on the Devils when they eliminated them, but like I think he was also a former Hurricane. You don't often see players do that, right? Do. Hey! Talked about the Bally Bet odds a moment ago. Well, we got a new offer from Bally Bet Sportsbook and Casino tonight. We call it win and get up to $400 in bonus bets. And the basic mechanic works like this. And it's void in Canada, US only. But for the US only viewers, you'll like this. Download the Bally Bet app and register with the promo code GOTOTHENET. Make your first deposit, choose a bet, and submit a wager of at least $10. And then, this is a very important part, the bonus bets you receive will be based on the odds of your wager. So if your wager is plus 150, for example, if your bet wins, you'll get $150 in bonus bets. And this works for a maximum of $400 in bonus bets. Does that make sense? Do you get it? Get it? Got it? Good. And just to reiterate, void in Canada, US only. Rob says Eric Halla was traded by the Hurricanes because they thought he wasn't an NHL player anymore, and that's why he says Canes suck. And now he's on the Preds, who just tied it up. Yeah, Drew with a great point. Yeah, really showed them. Preds, ozone draw, and they win it back. Shots now 16-7 for the Preds. Matthews, hard work along the half wall, gets it to OEL. Nice, off the boards and out. I thought it was going to be icing. It's not. Sorry, I accidentally turned up the mic there. Benoit tries to lay the body. Stamkos has it taken off him. Nice. Leafs are offside. Matthews collects it in the neutral zone. No, he doesn't. Preds get it deep. Wool out of his net to play it. Barely slows it down. OEL to Benoit. Benoit around to Cowan. OEL. Shots this period, 6-0 for the Preds. Michelli. He misses. So 8 minutes, still no shots. From the point, that one is deflected wide. and the Preds get out. This so regularly happens where the Leafs will go 5 to 10 minutes without a shot. Preds! That one is deflected wide. Like, whether they win this game or lose, I don't think should affect the Leafs' decision to fire a coach or fire a GM or not. Like, to me, you should have made that decision by now. Blankenberg. Behind the Leafs net. Shot. Wool stops that. Isn't this the Leafs in a nutshell? Like, they came out to start the first, and they're like, look at us, we're trying. And it killed them. Here's Willie in the neutral zone. Haven't seen him since the first. Limply dumps it while he goes for a change. Attaboy. That's what 11.5 gets you. Wool. Stetcher. McCabe. Leafs can't get out of their zone. Stetcher. Here comes Lawton with speed. Oh, what a move! Stopped by Saros. Defenseman jumping up in the play there. Joshua feathers it in for Yarncroke, who can't quite get to it. Stetcher back to McCabe as the Leafs change. McCabe gets it to center and dumps. Saros stops it along the glass with his shoulder. Robertson tries to get it to OEL. Doesn't quite work. Oh, Svechkov picked off by OEL. Just in a nick of time. Speaking of nick of time, here's Nick Waugh. Robertson. Can't get his centering pass in. Here come the Preds. Oh, my goodness. That was Wood. Benoit. Robertson. Good skating, good handling. Robertson gets it deep. Waugh. Wool. Sorry. Riley. Pass off target. Here come the Preds. Shot stopped by Wool. Preds with it in their own zone. Wool. Leafs can't get it out. O'Reilly. Stolen. Stamkos is blocked. Cowan. Is that going to be a penalty? It's not. It definitely should have been. A Pred tripped one Leaf, and that led to two Leafs getting tripped. What if the puck was in the net right now? Wake up. Cowan. Pass denies. No one else there. What are you doing? Here come the Preds. Leafs get it out. Here comes Tavares attacking 1-on-3, 1-on-4. Nylander to the point. Michelli, that shot is wide. Nylander to Stetcher. Someone put it on. Michelli! They score! Michelli puts it on from the point. It was deflected. I believe that'll be John Tavares' goal. And the Leafs regain the lead 2-1. Was it a kick? Oh, interesting. Let me see. No. No, that's a redirect. He did redirect it with his foot. No, he did. He definitely meant to do that on purpose. Chris Simpson, I keep calling him that. Craig Simpson called that a double doink because it hit Tavares' skate, and then I think Yossi's also. Start counting how many times the Leafs are first to a loose puck. That isn't coaching, that's effort. What's up with the Canucks being great right now? They always do this. Are the Preds challenging? No, I think the refs want to look at it. Reviewing this is such a waste of time. No, okay, they dropped the puck. Maybe it was a clock issue or something. They've already had one of those tonight. Yeah, I don't. If he kicked it off a Pred, I don't know if that would count as a kick. I don't know. I'm a hardcore hockey fan. What am I supposed to know the rules? We got updated odds. Leafs minus 315, Preds plus 215. I am surprised that those are like definitive odds, and the Leafs are up 1. But the Leafs retake the lead, up 2-1 here in Nashville. Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. How much does the ownership make to keep the Leafs this hard to watch? You would think more money could be made if they were a deep playoff team. Yeah, like Rogers owns the Blue Jays, and they spend a lot of money on the Blue Jays. I just don't think they really understand hockey. Like, what else am I supposed to take from Rogers' treatment of the Leafs? They don't know what they're doing. Don't worry, Steve. We were only playing possum, I think. I hope. Oh, never mind. Just trying to talk myself into it. Chef Matt, Holla has lost to the Canes in the playoffs 3 times since being traded. Nashville, Boston, and New Jersey. I'd be mad too. Damn. Curry. Hey, Steve, if you do an LFR inside the Leafs dressing room with the team, would you? Oh, I would absolutely do that. That'd be hilarious. Say it's after that Oilers loss. Would your demeanor change? I mean, would my demeanor change in front of the giant group of men that I'm talking about? Probably, but like I would also be like, holy crap, what an amazing opportunity to say everything that I've wanted to say to this team. And am I making a video for the Leafs, or am I making a video for the fans? I mean, I don't think it's the same as speaking truth to power. At the end of the day, it's a hockey team winning or losing a game. But when they suck, you got to tell them they suck. Emo Jalapeno says, mustard! That's a good point. Steve, how is the back and neck from the last LFR being done laying down? It's real good. It's better than it is sitting on a bouncy ball. Michelli has been good tonight. I say yes. Oh, I say yes. I don't think Michelli's a bad player. I don't. Wah! Collects the puck in the neutral zone. Shoots. Stopped by Saros. They didn't get much of a rebound. Under 7 to go in the second. Oh, I forgot I was a Sportsnet mug. I don't have a lot of cups down here, so I usually put beer in that one. Except I haven't had beer in... I don't have a lot of beer these days. I'm trying to lose weight. Doctor yelled at me. So I'm like, all right, fine. Big bully. Leafs, dump it. My microphone's doing that pain in the ass thing where it goes up and down for no good friggin' reason. OEL. Benoit. Ooh, good job from Matthews getting out. He's got Cowan with him. Hands it off. Cowan almost finds Nyes. Nyes has it now. Nice shifty move. Nice. Tries to wrap it around. Doesn't work. And Cowan can't get the loose puck. He's got it now, though. Finds Austin. Nice. Good scoring chance there, but all stopped from Saros. Matthews can't find Nyes. Riley. Matthews takes out his man. But they have the puck, and the Preds get it out. Riley hard up the ice to Cowan. Matthews back to Cowan. Cowan holds the zone. He's blocked in the slot. Leafs can't come up with it. This might be a 2-on-1 for Nashville. Myers does a good job. And he stops. Well, never mind. Here come the Preds. They attack with numbers. Myers again, a good job. Tavares. Nylander. Into the slot for Michelli. Nylander. Shot! That's blocked. That was McCabe pinching in. Leafs D, you can tell, has a little bit more license to go down low in this game. Preds with it in their own end. McCabe. Yeah, what happened there? Play was called. Puck took a weird bounce there off the dasher. Wow, that was a great block there on the McCabe chance. Leafs holding on to a 2-1 lead here in Nashville. Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends. Can we get a poll going? What happens this weekend? Leafs lose tonight, but win in Dallas. Leafs win tonight, but lose in Dallas. Leafs lose both games. Leafs win both games. Where are we at mentally? That's what I need to know. Hey, Steve, if the cap wasn't a thing, who would you want? McDavid, Vasilevsky, McKinnon, Makar, Kucherov, Marchand, the Panthers decor. Trade the whole team for 9 first-round picks, says Swag Poppy. I wouldn't. Riley has 27 points this season. O'Reilly, rather. First on the Preds. 4:08 to go in the second. Shots 19-13 for Nashville. Goals 2-1 for the Leafs. Joshua tried to find Yarncroke. Yarncroke wasn't able to get a good shot off. Preds, this is going to be a partial 2-on-1. Here comes Bunting. Hits the post. Bunting has been a busy bee tonight. Stetcher. Yarncroke can't advance the puck. Here comes Bunting again. Collects it in his feet. Evangelista. Stupid fucking thing. The volume just goes up and down whenever it wants. That's all. You know, like a good piece of technology that you paid like hundreds of dollars for. That's good. 3:13 to go in the second. And like, yeah. All right. You do what you want. That's fine. I'm going to stream. Silly thing. As a Wild fan, what are your thoughts on Brodin? Personally, granted some bias, I think he's one of the best shutdown defensemen on par with Slavin. So we talked about Brodin maybe not making Team Sweden. And producer Hayden reached out. He's like, listen, I'm biased because he's a Wild fan. You guys are nuts. We were talking about like Oliver Ekman-Larsson making it and not Brodin. He's like, yeah, you're insane. This is a clean look for Matthews. Stopped by Saros, and he covers it up. Oh, nice. Set him up perfectly. East Coast hockey bias. Scott Lawton to the dressing room? Well, they're screwed. Benoit. That's blocked. Got Matthews on the bench in pain? Why? Oh, he is too. I just saw it. A tipped shot from Stamkos stopped by Wool. Matthews is going to the dressing room too. Oh, it looked like it. He's in a lot of pain. He blocked a shot. Aye, on his knee. Hey, you say that, but I saw the gears turning, Steve. Yeah, you did. Matthews is on the iPad. Can't imagine why. .235 to go in the second. Wool. Out of the reach of Michelli, but at least they get it out. Preds counterattack. Stetcher lays the body. McCabe can't get it hard around. Michelli can't get it out. Stetcher to Michelli. Michelli between a Preds legs. Here comes Tavares and Willie. Tavares, what a move. Stopped by Perbix. And now here's Yossi. Sends it in deep. Oh, Michelli might have just prevented a goal there. Good interception. Willie, cross ice for Michelli. Scott Lawton has returned to the Leafs bench. Who knows what that was? Evangelista. Pass across Blankenberg. Oh, Preds couldn't get a handle on that. Another off-target pass for the Preds. Good hustle from the Preds. Try to center it. Wool covers it up, and that'll draw a crowd. Don't poke our goalie. 1:17 to go in the second. The Leafs could use Bunting back, Drew. I agree. Guy tried. And the Leafs were like, ugh, could you not? Ugh, gross. Effort. Penalty on the Leafs for what? Oh, Robertson? Oh, Nick Hague and Simone Benoit? Like both going? Oh, okay, that's fine. Hague and Benoit. I'll take that trade. One makes a lot more than the other. Playing the John Cena theme. Yeah, you're right. It doesn't pop as hard when it's on insane repeat. Robert Bet, Lawton had to go pee-pee. I've heard enough stories that like hockey players just piss themselves. Preds win the draw. It's 4-on-4 action here. Yes, I heard about Biz Nasty's piss bombs. That's so friggin' weird, dude. That's so weird. Like, it's always, oh yeah, man, when I played, we used to, followed by the weirdest story you've ever heard. And that's not even just Biz. That's like every player. Oh man, remember when we followed by the strangest like there's no other field where you could be like, yeah, remember when we no, everyone else would be like, you're a psycho. Matthews in his own end, in the neutral zone, in the Pred zone, fights off two Preds. Here they come the other way. Matthews fighting off Forsberg. Wool out of his net to play it. Here come the Preds. They shoot. They score. And they tie it with 33.4 seconds to go. I believe that's Adam Wilsby. I don't know if that's quite, if you're a goaltender, 10 the goal, but it's close. It's Matthews trying to do bloody everything. Well, Matthews was the guy leading the rush, and then he was the first guy back. Where was the Leafs D? Here's Wilsby, wide open shot. You'd like Wool to have that, but like, where is everyone? A minute 16 to go in 4-on-4 action, 30 seconds to go in the period. First goal of the season for Wilsby, because of course. Here's Willie. Here's Tavares. That's behind the Preds net. 15 seconds to go. Bunting to Perbix. Bunting. Shot. That's blocked in front. That goes wide. And the period is over. Leafs were lucky to be up, and now they're not. 2-2. That's two straight Saturdays. Leafs allow a goal with oh, Drew, how dare you? You said under 30 seconds left. There was like 33 left just now, okay? No, you're right. It was 31 seconds to go last weekend, and it was whatever it was this weekend. Yeah, they're bad. If I can help you with that, Drew. You want me to expand, or is that good enough? Bad at what? Hockey. Yeah. JD Atkinson. I don't care what the results are or what people say. Berube is the wrong coach for this team. He isn't setting the team up to play to its strengths. Fire him. I don't know if it's him setting the team up for anything, or his strategy's not working, or they don't listen to him. They don't like him. They don't try. They suck. So that's what it is. Drew, should we play Final 20? Swag Poppy, I'm visiting Canada next week. You at a live show? No. I am doing Christmas. I'm going to the Leafs game on Tuesday, but I'll be with my son and wife. So, Final 20 with Dangle. Bally bet Final 20 with Dangle. More specifically, it's free to play, and it's fun. We try to guess what's going to happen in the final 20. There are gift cards up for grabs, including a $300 Fanatics gift card and a $100 Fanatics gift card, depending on where you finish. Free to play. Go get a free jersey. Go get whatever you want with the gift card. It's the best thing about gift cards is you do whatever you want. So, what are we doing? Pick a Leafs player to get at least 1 point in the third. I'm going to go OEL. First Leafs player to record a shot, I'm going to go Cowan. First team to record a shot, easy, Nashville. Will the Leafs score in the first 10 minutes of the third? Easy. No. How many shots combined in the third? I'm going to go 14. Combined. Oh, God, I hope not for the Preds. Those are my answers. What are yours? Let me know. Get to playing. It's only 5 questions. If you get 3 of these right, you could win. I think my record's 2. I have not won. Bally Bet, Sportsbook and Casino. Download the app today. Why are the Leafs playing like they don't want to win the cup? Oh, they don't. Drew, what's the clip? Oh, CJ from the CJ show talking about the Buffalo Sabres and Alex Tuck. Interesting. Let's get right to it.
Is there anyone else you'd like to touch on the trade board? I want to get to Alex Tuck, but I think Alex Tuck is part of a much larger story to discuss with the Buffalo Sabres this week, considering the change at GM with Kevin Adams being out in favor of Jarmo Kekalainen.
I think you have the perfect host transition then, because Tuck's probably the most interesting name. I'll tell you this, if you want to know how the sausage is made, I was working on this Sunday, Monday, leading into the week. It didn't drop till Wednesday morning. And Tuck was originally number 1 on the board. And I actually just knocked him down a few spots because of the way Jarmo Kekalainen, handled the question about Tuck, at his introductory press conference in Buffalo. I still don't, by no means do I think it means he's not being traded, but he was pretty forceful in that he's going to take over that file, that they really want to keep Alex Tuck. He did utter the key phrase, but the player and the team have to find something that works for both sides. And that was a hurdle with his predecessor, Kevin Adams, and Tuck's representatives. They did have discussions in the fall. And at that time, the Sabres were unwilling to get to even $10 million a year on a contract. I think since then, the market for Tuck has gone up, if only just because the market's gone up for players that bring some offensive ability. And obviously, there's more to his game with his size and his speed as well. But, the Adrian Kempe deal, that the Kings signed, now seems like a kind of a floor potentially for a Tuck. And so, we'll see if the Sabres as an organization, or Kekalainen now in charge, if he's willing to maybe, stretch a little further than Kevin Adams seemed to be. If not, it's pretty clear, what's going to happen. I don't think there's any world, even with the Sabres probably going to be in the playoff mix here. I would think, I think it's a fair sort of assumption that as we get close to March 6th, they're going to be kind of within the line, the way I see it. It doesn't mean, I don't know if they're going to be 3 points out or 3 points in. It's probably not going to be secured, but even then, I just don't know if you could risk potentially seeing him walk for nothing at season's end. So I think that's probably the biggest, to me, immediate file Kekalainen has to just sort of figure out what's happening. It doesn't mean he has to sign him tomorrow, but I think he has to establish, is there a path still to get that contract done? Are there parameters that ownership for the Sabres are comfortable with, that the Kekalainen is comfortable with as the GM? And then if not, he's got to start, planning out what the trade looks like. Cause I do know there's a number of teams around the league that would love to get in on trying to bring Alex Tuck in, very enticing piece. I think both short term for what he could do, but potentially someone who could be signed too. So, he didn't get dropped too far down with that press conference, but he did drop 2 unofficial spots in the trade board that wasn't published.
If only Alex Tuck was the only dossier on the desk of Jarmo Kekalainen, who is only days into his tenure as general manager of the Buffalo Sabres. What do you think of him being appointed as GM and the job that's ahead?
Well, I'll say this. I actually share the view that Kekalainen shared with the media, in that I don't actually think Buffalo is as far off as it feels like or seems like at times. Naturally, when you think of that organization, you think of 14 years without the playoffs. You think of ineptitude. You think of a team or an organization that keeps getting in its own way. And so, I understand that it's hard to separate the fact that, the current reality might be divorced from, what's been before. But I do think if you look at the roster, they're not as far off as it might seem, just given, the general state of where the team's gone. I think Jarmo Kekalainen's a strong hire for the Sabres. And it's funny, I met some pushback on this, some places that I've talked to people. Just, I suppose you might look broadly and just say, what did the Columbus Blue Jackets ever do with Jarmo Kekalainen? But I think, context matters. When I was doing the front office survey, there was one very experienced person in the league who works for a team. And I asked this person, hey, do you want to rank the top 5 front offices? He's like, how could I possibly do that? He's like, each individual, he's like, it to only judge them just on, like, say, results like wins or championships or playoff series victories. He's like, you got to understand that each ownership group has its own thing that needs to be managed by the general manager. There's an office culture. There's varying types of front offices. There's budgets, right? Not every team spends as much. Just forget on the salary cap stuff that we can measure. How about, some of the other things, like just what you spend to some of the amenities, I guess, around a team. One of the things we heard talked about in Vancouver, for example, I'm jumping around a bit here, but
okay.
What's dogged that organization is they don't have a practice rink, right? So that might be an impediment to bringing players in. I'm just saying as an example. And I don't think it's really the GM's fault, because the GM's job isn't to build out that kind of infrastructure. Long way of saying, the team that Kekalainen had in Columbus, or the teams over many years, that was not a top spending team in the league. It's obviously not a sexy free agent destination, as I don't think Buffalo is, although it might be a little bit more. There's certainly more players in the NHL from sort of Western New York, from that part of the world, that might be inclined to want to come home or play close to home. I think in Columbus, he might be overlooked how many big swings Jarmo Kekalainen took. I think all the way back to, he had a young star in Ryan Johansson. It wasn't working out. He made a big trade there, right? That was a Seth Jones deal. He acquired Artemi Panarin from Chicago. We could go down even that one year where they kind of went all in. Remember, he got Matt Duchene and made some other kind of aggressive moves, and that team got in the playoffs and actually won the first playoff series in Blue Jackets history.
Against Tampa of all teams.
Yeah, like an all-time...
An all-time series win.
Exactly. And it was a sweep of all things. I guess what I'm saying is I think that Kekalainen has some maybe overlooked strengths, because people just go, well, he was only in Columbus and maybe you're not you, Julian. I just mean some people might not be looking at the record like for what it is. To me, he's going to be better the second time around, because he will have learned something. He was there over a decade in Columbus. Universally respected man, very thoughtful guy, smart guy, analytical guy. I think he's very good at reading people. I think he's very good at, I think he'll have a leg up that he's been there and has already started to sort of figure out, I think in his mind, maybe one or two things that might need tweaked or adjusted to bring some more immediate success. And obviously he can roll out a longer term plan. So I'm actually bullish on the hire. I think that it will not surprise me if we look back in time and say this was the move that started to right the Buffalo Sabres. I mean, it won't be in isolation, right? I mean, he's got to build out a new scouting staff. Probably that's one thing I've heard in my calls around the league is people feel that the Sabres he's going to have to beef up some things that they do operationally, stuff that we won't necessarily see from the outside, but that can start to make a big difference internally. And I just think with the track record of being unafraid to swing for the fences, I think that's needed, honestly. The organization feels in some ways like it was operated on its back foot. Now I know we could point to the Jack Eichel trade, for example. Kevin Adams did trade Eichel, but if you remember, that was all because the Sabres doctors didn't agree with the type of surgery Eichel wanted. Like it wasn't really done proactively. It was done because they were in that situation. It's to me, I think that there's actually, this could be the dawn of a new day. This could be the start of something. I'll be very curious to see what they do on the coaching front. Lindy Ruff's 66, an absolute staple in that organization. You can't rule anything out. It's not that I'm predicting he's fired or anything, but maybe he's reshuffled in some way. Maybe he moves into, might not be till this summer too. He's under contract through the end of this year as the head coach. But, there's some big decisions there for Kekalainen, but I think there's also a path to the playoffs. I mean, we're looking at a Eastern Conference that's still reasonably wide open. Might be overstating it, but there's runway there for Buffalo. There's not a lot of ground to play with. Like a lot of teams. I'm thinking of like the Leafs and others. Like they've sort of squandered points early in the season, so now they need to play pretty sharp hockey from here on out. But I think all of a sudden, to me, it's like, wow, this is a team to watch, because I don't think he's going to come in gently. That's just my sense.
If there's a world where Lindy Ruff gets reshuffled into another part of the organization and the Buffalo Sabres need a new head coach, does this open the door for John Tortorella, who once upon a time had Jarmo Kekalainen as his general manager?
Once upon a time was also Sabres assistant coach, I believe, way back when. I don't know.
Yeah.
I honestly, I got to be clear. I don't know. I've seen people sort of knocking at that, and it's a fair thing to bring up. Look, hockey people tend to hire other people they've had success with, that they have trust in. John Tortorella has a track record of getting results, particularly of underperforming teams, particularly teams that have defensive warts, which I still think is an issue. Big picture in Buffalo is, not nearly, structured enough to have to kind of eke through what they're trying to do to get back to the playoffs. I couldn't rule it out, but I'm not sure. I think that you could just as easily say might be time to go with someone a little younger, a little fresher, some new ideas. Like, I don't know where he's going to land on that. That's why I quite honestly, I'm going to be careful I say this. I don't know that you're going to see that change right away. Like, I think Jarmo Kekalainen spoke pretty well of Lindy Ruff, I thought, at his initial press conference. I think you just let it go. And as long as you think things are working, maybe that's a decision for the summer. We'll see what other candidates are out there, that type of thing. But I think if there's one area maybe Kekalainen hasn't always measured up is hiring the right coach. I think it's been maybe one of the small blots on his resume, I would say. But, I do think also he does a lot well. He's got I think he'll start to put a feeling of a culture in place, which is a word. It's like such a buzzword. It almost loses meaning in sports. But you watch a team, I'll just go back to my Blue Jays. Like, you watch a team like that, you can tell that they built something there, right? Like, there was a true love and kind of a way they went to work together, a way they conducted business, a way they held each other accountable, and look how far they got. I think that for whatever reason hasn't always happened in Buffalo. Quite honestly, some of it, like, I'm not going to sit here and say that was all Kevin Adams' fault. I don't think they put the right people around Kevin Adams. Like, he was a first-time GM with very little front office experience to none. And, until last May, didn't even have someone like a senior advisor around. I mean, you look at the Florida Panthers, it's not just Bill Zito, who's the GM of the team, or even, some of the younger people he has, like Roberto Luongo or Gregory Campbell, that obviously he leans on. He's got Sonny Maeda, who's one of the, founding people of analytics, but he's also got Rick Dudley around and Les Jackson, like guys who were GMs a long time ago that are at least part of decision-making for the Panthers. He's got a lot of experienced people to bounce ideas off of. And I'd say based on championships won, Florida Panthers are doing it as well as anyone right now. And so you contrast that to what's gone on in Buffalo. It's like Kevin Adams and a couple assistant GMs, but they're just there. I don't think there was enough there to build up what they wanted to.
We're back here on the I almost said Steve Dangle YouTube channel. Nope. That's my other one. We're back here on the SDPN YouTube channel. This stream is brought to you by Bally Sportsbook and Casino. Click subscribe. Tell all your friends. And before the third period starts, I want to tell you about the new Bally offer for tonight. It's void in Canada, US only, but it's pretty good if that matches who you are. We call it win and get up to $400. And the basic mechanic is as follows. Download the Bally Bet app and register with the promo code Go to the Net. Make your first deposit, choose a bet, and submit a wager of at least $10. And the bonus bets you receive will be based on the odds of your wager. So if your wager is plus 150, if your bet wins, you'll get $150 in bonus bets. And that's up to a maximum of $400 in bonus bets. Does that sound interesting to you? Great. Reminder, U.S. only. Bally Bet. Third period here in Nashville. Leafs 2, Preds 2. Oh, they're playing Mustard! Leafs are undefeated when tied after 2. They're 6-0. Bizarre stat. 4-on-4 action continues for another 40 seconds here. The Preds tied the game at 4-on-4. Nice. Picked off. They don't play as a team. Stetcher back to Matthews. To McCabe. Here comes Tavares with 8 seconds to go in 4-on-4 action. There are no Leafs with him. Now there are. Myers. Willie. In front for Tavares. Can't get a shot. Myers. Tavares. Michelli comes up with it. Shoots. Stopped by Saros. Michelli's looked hungry. Need that in this lineup. The deserve to win a meter is on the screen. The Preds very narrowly missed going up 3-2 there. Joseph Woll is doing the splits. Please stop doing that. Leafs are losing the deserve to win meter to the Nashville Predators right now. Where are the Preds in the league? That's a trip on Riley. No call. No, I don't actually know. Like, are they dead last? I'm surprised because they've been decent recently. That's how bad their start was. Good Lord. Ooh. Preds create a turnover in the neutral zone. Evangelista hands it back. Wah. Oh, intercepted. Preds missed the net again. Gosh, they've missed the net a lot. OEL. Loose puck in the leave zone. Evangelista is blocked. Benoit. Preds shovel it in. Stetcher. Yarn Croak in front for Joshua. He's robbed by Saros. Wow, what a save from Saros. Rocket Man, tired of watching the Canes bumble F the last 24 hours. What is happening? Hope the stream has been good. Hope the Leafs pull off a W. As my Islanders lost tonight, I want the Leafs to lose, so at least I get something to enjoy out of tonight, even if I watch every LFR. Gee, thanks. Ozone draw for the Leafs, but the Preds come up with it. They try to get it deep. Riley prevents them from doing that. Just for a moment, though. Yarn Croak. Can he get it out? Yes, he can. Dakota Joshua giving chase. Blankenberg able to get it to Haig. Wool to McCabe to Stetcher. Cowan. Matthews. What did Matthews do to deserve the captaincy? Scored goals. Kind of makes it seem dumb once he stops doing that, eh? Cowan. Here come the Preds. Forsberg. Willsby. Oh, that was almost sick. That was blocked. O'Reilly, that's wide. And the game stays 2-2 with 16 to go in the third. Cowan to McCabe to Matthews. Am I the only one who prefers Steve Happy LFRs? Yes. McCabe to Willie. Chips it to Michelli. Michelli, that's weakly wide. Nylander. Michelli. Oh, Leafs can't quite hold the line there. If we went back to 2018 and instead of Tavares signing the Leafs with the Leafs, he signed with the Islanders, do you think the Isles team would have had more success over the next 10 years? No. Because the Islanders, as good as Tavares has been as a Leaf, the Islanders were forced to radically change, and I think it changed their attitude. It gave them a little extra FU. And they wouldn't have got that if they simply kept their captain. I know there's a big super chat here. I just haven't had time. I'm going to get to this. I'm going to give you the time you deserve. Swag puppy. Willie gets out of the zone, but not with possession. Preds dump it. Shots 25-17 for the Preds. Tavares. Hard around. Preds. Get out of their zone with ease. See, first period, I mean, you can't tell me the Leafs are trying as hard in the third as they were in the first. You can't. You can't. They don't look the same. McMahon after it. Preds get it out easily. Myers hits it in deep. Preds get it out easily. Oh, this might be another icing on the Preds. And it is 14-22 to go in the third. Swag Poppy. Hi, Steve. Wanted to say thank you for being an ambassador to hockey. I discovered you in a time of change in my life. 10/YA. I'm not sure what that means. And you helped me grow my love of hockey. And for making me a closeted Leafs fan, it has enriched my life. Has it? Goodness gracious. You're welcome. And also, I'm so sorry. Never stop. Happy holidays. Love you, Swag Poppy. I appreciate that very much. That's very kind and generous. Ho, ho, ho to you. Puck behind the Leafs net. Willsby fans on the one-timer. Yost doesn't have a stick, and the Leafs can't get the puck off him. I don't know whether to laugh or cry. Leafs finally get it off him. Riley. 10 years ago. Matthews plays the puck with his feet. Preds get it out. Wood gets it deep. I also love victory puppies. Happy LFR for sure. Thank you, Snoopy Kendall. Here comes McCabe. You might as well just shoot it. He doesn't. Don't try to connect the pass. You're a Leaf. You guys don't do that anymore. Dakota Joshua's had a good night. I don't know why he's on the fourth line. Am I ready for this to go to a shootout? Sure, why not? Let's cook, boys, says Cool Man Lanny. Preds, try to get it deep. Benoit has it. Happy holidays to you, Steve, and everyone else at SDPN, and hope that 2026 will be far better than 2025. Thank you. You know what? 2025 is pretty good. Leafs, I mean, they're awful, but life's pretty good. Thank you, and the same to you. Blocked by Willie. Updated live odds, dead even once again. Minus 115 for both the Leafs and Preds. I do remember when the Leafs were minus 315 and the Preds were like plus 2 something. Here come the Preds again. Like, they just have so much more of the puck. It couldn't be more obvious they need to do something drastic. And they won't do it. So like, if they win this game, it doesn't change my opinion at all. And there's Bunting with a grade A scoring chance stopped by the glove of Wool. Man, them winning this game or not does not change my opinion. This is a bad team. Bad team. And they have to do something serious. Brutal hockey team. Just awful. Brant, new hockey fan who roots for the Kraken and watches your content. Hope one day we have a supercaster like yourself. Oh, supercaster. And it's not pain to watch. You will. Are they doing this to keep us sucked in, says Robert Bett. Yeah, the Leafs are good at keeping fish on the line. Drew made the point, and he's right. Like, tomorrow, second half of a back-to-back against Dallas, that is exactly the kind of game the Leafs typically win for no good reason. They're going to get smoked. They're going to get shaboinked. Chat says 55% Preds are taking this. Toronto bros. Damn. If you pretend to shake a salt shaker into your mouth, it will trick your brain and you'll taste salt. Well, Tristan, let me try it. What do you think? This is my first day on the internet? Frig off. Time to tank. Send the goalies to the Oilers or anyone. Sure. Fowler gunning for his first career shutout. Well, you shouldn't have said that there, Rusty. Leafs should get Mark Letestu from the Colorado Eagles. Mark Letestu still plays hockey? Drew, that's Avs farm team, isn't it? Does he for real still play? No. Preds up the ice. Good defensive play from Benoit on Stamkos. Wait, is he a coach? Preds with it in their own end. Here's Shea. Up the ice, Evangelista. Gains the Leaf zone. What a move on Riley! And Evangelista buries a beauty. And Brendan Shanahan's relative Makes it 3-2 Preds with 10:42 to go in the third. That is a nasty bit of work. Goodness gracious, Morgan Riley. Riley got turnstiled by Luke Evangelista, who scored a backhand roofer, I'm pretty sure, without a single skate blade on the ice. Yeah, Drew is, I can't believe that's Evangelista's 5th goal, by the way. Drew with a great point. Like, Evangelista loves being on a highlight reel. Loves it. What did I say? Evangelista? Sorry, Morgan Riley loves being on a highlight reel. Apparently Evangelista does too, just on the good side. Michelli centers it. Leafs don't score. Here come the Preds. You see how the Leafs are in full-blown panic right now? They're chanting USA? Ew. Preds fans, I really did expect better. Yuck. Myers. Yarncroke trying to get it deep for Lawton. He does. Live odds, Leafs now plus 370. Nashville minus 590. Yeah, Evangelista's born in Toronto. I got to be honest, for any Americans watching this, like, I know it's all fun and games and it's sports. None of us have a sense of humor about that after the last year and a half. None of us think that shit is cute or funny. Not interested in that at all. Not trying to bring the vibe down or anything, but you can take that and shove it exactly where you think you should. Preds in the neutral zone. They're attacking 2-on-1. Here they come. They shoot. That's a nice stop from Wall. A rebound. Chaos in front. It's at the side of the net. Robertson has it. Waugh. McMahon dumps it. Saros plays it. What part of Tennessee is he from? Preds with it behind the net. Where the hell? Preds changing. They have the puck in their own end. 8:30 to go in the third. Perbix up the ice. McCabe. Preds digging in the Leafs corner here. Shots are 28-17 for the Preds. Shot. That's wide. That's going to be a no call. Wall with a save and maybe an early whistle there. And McCabe wants a piece of Stamkos here. That's not a fight though, Drew. Sedin Magic says Canada 4 times. Dear God, losing to a last place team in the NHL. Yuck indeed. I lit a fuse in the chat. All right. I said what I said. Might as well inform you it's 5-4 Bolts. Who are they playing? Hope the Leafs win. If not, since the Sabres won tonight, they will be 1 point ahead in the standings. Dear, chanting USA for a game carried by Canadians is, yeah, I don't know. Tale as old as time. No, they're not going to be behind the Sabres. They're going to be close to behind the Sabres. Oh, the Sabres are ahead. Oh, well then, I don't know. It's what they deserve. They suck. They, like, what are we shocked by? Jay's pennant run was like a month ago. Have the Leafs forgotten what they could have? I don't think they've ever cared. I don't think winning here means anything to them. I don't think being a Leaf means anything to them. Vancouver has more wins in the last 3 than Toronto. That is true. That is true. Pizza commercials while I'm trying so hard to lose weight. So Drew's asking how long until I start cheering for them to tank. Because of the draft lottery and the fact that they don't have their pick if they don't win the draft lottery, like I will not be cheering for them to tank. It is top 5 protected, but like you then have to finish last place, basically. Last or second last. Boys don't hate to lose anymore. Okay. What's any more doing in that sentence? One anonymous former NHL executive just sent me this message. The Leafs are effing horrible. No one in the chain of command survives this. My God. That shot attempts are 65 to 39 for the Preds. Aiden Myers, a loss here has to get Berube fired, right? They play the Stars tomorrow. Like, they've been outshot in 23 games this season, second most in NHL. You can have pizza while trying to lose weight. Everything in moderation, my friend. I've lost 100 pounds. I don't know. I don't do moderation. I know the moderation thing. I don't do that. I don't do that. If it makes you feel better, the Canucks just went up 4-3 on the Bruins. It does, actually. Look at the Eagles stats under Letestu. Ooh. I am amazed you can be paid $10 million to skate for fun. Oh, they make more than that. I still find it funny. I always call Roman's last name Yossi as cigarette, since Yossi is Filipino slang for cigarette. I did not know that. Hi, Steve. Hang in there. I love you. You got me into hockey. Says, trust my white van. Jesus. Thank you for that. 7 minutes to go. Willie flubs it. Oh, sorry, that's Yarncroke. Well, you know the Leafs are in a bad place when I mistake William Nylander for Calle Yarncroke. Sorrow set of his net to play it. Robertson in a battle. American rooting for Canada because U.S. vibes are butt. Can we trade Matthews and retain half his salary? Good Lord. Hypothetically, which one's worse? A sad 0-4 against the Capitals, or 4-0 loss to the Capitals, or a tight 3-2 to the Preds? They are the same. They are the same. Leafs are plus 510 right now. Do you bet the comeback? That's actually crazy, considering it's one goal. $2 Steve would win $10. That's how dare you, Drew? Would win $10.20, I think. Yeah. Don't forget the 20 cents. Riley around for Setcher. 5:50 to go in the third. Leafs get it deep. Not a Leaf anywhere near the puck. Yeah. Cowan. Feathers it to Matthews, to Benoit. Gets it deep, and Benoit tries to get after it. Cowan tries to center it. His pass is blocked, and no one was there, so it didn't really matter. Benoit. Deflected! That goes wide. Drew, what do you think about a second straight LFR on the floor? You say Drew goes, tilt the camera down this time, and then he called me a bad word. Nylander, and it's really him this time, behind the net. Tavares in front. Can't find the stick of Michelli. Here's Evangelista again. He realized he had Jake McCabe on him, so he didn't try to turnstile him. Drew and I are already coming up with ideas. Myers, gain center, can't get it deep. The former NHL executive said it's legit shocking as F. What is this shit? They're dead. Oh my God. Bobby McMahon, stopped by Saros. Joshua. McMahon, Joshua, and Waugh reunited. Riley. On. This is the only line that does its friggin' job. Preds get it out, but not deep. Under 4 minutes to go in the third. Is Nashville too good right now? Yeah, no, I don't think that's the problem. I'm about to spend $450 on a ticket, plus 2 nights in hotel to go watch these guys suck in Vancouver. I'm part of the problem. That you are. Stop by Wool. It's in the corner. As a U.S. citizen, I do apologize for the... You don't have to apologize for... You don't feel the need. As an Avs fan who lived through the 48-point season, I feel your pain. Thank you so much for all you do and helping me grow as a hockey fan. I'm not dying, fellas. I'll be all right. How long until you start doing the broadcast from the floor? Now, there's an idea. The Bolts are playing the Canes. Vasi's got sick new pads on tonight, too. Ooh. If Berube gets fired, I'm hoping Torts hires him on an interim basis. At least the post-game pressers will be entertaining. You are right. Bunting tries to center it. He's blocked by Stetcher. Matthews up the ice. Finds Yarncroke, who's out there with 2:30 to go in a 1-goal game. Lawton. Yarncroke. Stopped by Saros. Robertson. Riley! Stopped by Saros. Robertson, puck almost squirted loose to him. And Lawton gave Saros a little bit of snow there. Spy Kitty. This is one of the few Leafs games I can't watch because I'm a Green Bay Packers fan. And we are playing the Bears. Can't miss that. But I have a feeling this game is same old Leafs. You're the best. Apparently the Packers quarterback is out with a concussion. I am sorry. Leafs live odds plus 900. I'm not dying, fellas. I'm already dead inside. Letestu's Eagles are fourth. They have the fourth best power play in the AHL. Lead their division 17-6-0, and it's also as annoying as it takes away from the best ran franchise. Yuck! I just vomited. Yeah, I'd hire Mark Letestu. Sure. Drew, what do you think? He said, eh. Drew goes, when are the Leafs going to find their Morgan Geekie? When have they ever found? Name one Morgan Geekie the Leafs have ever found. Michael Bunting? He had a 60-point season. Geekie might score 60 goals. 60 points for 900 grand, but no, stop. Oh, Heather with a great point. All right, sickos, hit like. It's free and it helps us. Leafs are pulling their goalie. The Leafs' outcome this weekend is to lose to Nashville and beat Dallas tomorrow. As a Flyers fan who has watched years of butt hockey, let me tell you, you can get joy from focusing on Scott Laughton. I love him. I want to believe they can come out of this, but what my eyes tell me is they can't. Regardless of the outcome of this game and regardless of the outcome of tomorrow's game, they will fire Berube, and on Tuesday, I will see the Leafs' first post-Berube game. That is what I think. 1:48 to go in the third. Matthews. Nylander. Gets stripped. Stamkos. Empty netter. With 94 seconds to go. Steve, you're like a disappointed parent. I feel you. Well, I'm a parent and I'm disappointed. It's just those two things aren't related. My kids don't let me down nearly as often as this team of millionaires. Camera goes to Brad Treliving, who is trying to hide from the cameras. I think he knows the music is about to stop. Short flight from Colorado to Dallas, just saying. They should leak a rumor that Babcock is the next coach. If that doesn't get them to get their stuff together, nothing will. Yeah, no, it's over. Leafs had a pair of leads and now they trail by 2, says Chris Cuthbert. What a detestable group of losers. Cowan. Riley. Cowan. Riley. Minute to go, down 2. Cowan. Robbie. McMahon. What a rip from Bobby McMahon. Holy cow. 53.3 seconds to go. It's not over yet. 4-3. And there's Berube begging and pleading on the bench again. We'll see what happens. Jesus, what a rip from McMahon. Time to hold point quotas for future contracts with star players. Do the ECHL Solar Bears win 1 game in 5 versus the Leafs? Yes. I bet Nashville and Stamkos scoring. So here's some winnings as penance. Thank you. Hey, Steven, SDPN crew, sending love and good vibes. All aboard the down rank train. Choo-choo. Nice. Willie. That's kicked out. Leafs have the net empty again. 35 seconds to go here in the third. 30 seconds. Matthews flubs the pass. Saros out of his net to play it. 23 seconds. Can the Leafs hold the zone? They cannot, but this might be icing. And it will be with 16.9 seconds to go in the third. Can someone please tell me where the Leafs go? Dallas. Have Don Cherry come out of retirement to coach the Leafs. He'll light a fire under their butts, possibly literally. Pete DeBoer, next head coach. I don't think it'll be DeBoer. I think the Leafs could refuse to release Matthews for Team USA. I don't know if they can, and I definitely don't think that they would. Drew with a great point. Why are you throwing the big guys out there if the kids just tied the game? That's a great point. Kevin Adams is ready for a job. Oh my God, how dare you? You deserve so much better. Come join the Avs. Drew can give you a leaflet. We have cookies on Tuesdays. Drew, would you ever let me cheer for the Avs? He said absolutely not. Shots 33-22, but the Leafs are a shot away with 16.9 seconds to go. Michelli, Tavares, Willie, Nyes, Matthews, Riley. Preds win the draw. Hard around. They get out of the zone, and that'll do it. Cole Smith gets the empty netter. 9 seconds to go. 5-3. Yeah, good thing the big boys were out there. Can't be getting scored on. So wait, who was out there for the empty netter? Okay, Willie gave it away for the first empty netter, and then the big boys were out there for okay. I am learning and observing. The Stars hate the crest. They hate the coach. It's over. Brad Treliving, head in hand. And I feel for the guy. I think it might be over for a lot more guys than Berube. Leafs led twice, lose. Last place in their division. Down 5-3 to Nashville. And they have the Dallas Stars tomorrow. Drew's like, yeah, he's right. It's either 9-0 or they win the game. There's no in between. Look at the Leafs reactions that they're showing. They look like Jake McCabe, I think, based on his reaction, understands exactly what is about to happen. Who do you think they hired to replace Chief? I don't know. My gut's telling me not DeBoer. Fowler gets a shutout. My jinx streak ends at 4. 4-0 shutout for Jacob Fowler. Go Habs. 4,000 viewers after the 4th goal. Sicko Central. Yeah. That's about right. Imagine losing to the Preds. Go Habs, go. Why is this all of a sudden flooded with Habs fans? If the Blue Jackets beat the Ducks tonight, the Leafs will officially be last place in the Eastern Conference. Someone said Jay Woodcroft. He is currently the assistant coach of the good and not shit Anaheim Ducks. Yeah, I don't know if you can take a team's assistant mid-season. They'd have to be granted permission, and I don't think they would do that. Dominic Ducharme is available. Go Habs, go. I don't think he is. Isn't he the assistant coach of Vegas? Pretty sure. Listen. At least you didn't see the Pens lose 8 straight. Have the Pens lost 8 straight? Oh, dear. Gerard Gallant, hire him from the Shanghai Dragons. Like John Gruden from the. See, so Drew thinks I'm talking about the football guy. The head coach of the Toronto Marlies is named John Gruden. Same spelling and everything, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Oh, Dan Bilesma fired by the Kraken. I haven't heard great things. Yeah, John Gruden. He was an assistant coach with the Islanders from 2018 to 2022. Then he had one season with the Bruins as an assistant in 22-23, which I think was their record-setting season. And he's been head coach of the Marlies ever since. Won a OHL championship with the Hamilton Bulldogs. Like, maybe it's him. But then who do you replace him with? Time for head coach Gru, a.k.a. Lalonde. I don't know. I don't know. Jesus. Ghost Dalton goes, my grandma just died and this is more depressing. You know what? This is our last stream before Christmas. So just allow me to say Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Feast of Saint Stephen, Happy New Year, and I love you. Ralph Kruger. Oh, Adam is streaming tomorrow. Yeah, well, Adam's not me, is he? Adam is, oh my God. Adam is streaming the Stars game. They are going to get, Adam's going to be streaming his reaction to essentially a snuff film. They're going to get murdered, I'm pretty sure. 6-4 Bolts comeback win. Remember to hydrate before LFR, Steve. Always appreciate your sarcasm. Mark Crawford from Zurich. Is he still coaching? Screw it. Go get Barry Trotz. Yeah, give me a joke, Drew. The Leafs have lost 6 of their last 7 Saturday night streams. Can I name the one that they won? No, it wasn't that one. The one Saturday night that they won. No, what was it? Penguins 7-2. Shoot, I was going to guess Penguins, but I didn't remember that game. Oh, yeah, they killed them. Bruins, Blackhawks, Habs. Habs again. Oilers, Preds. Good Lord. 6 of the last 7. Heather the Avs fan, thank you for 10 SDPN memberships. How about Bruce Boudreau? Like, I don't know, man. Anything's better than watching this crap. I'm trying to figure out how they hate the coach and know that it's over. Why do they have the dead team buff? I hate what the YouTube chat does to English. And like, I'm not saying it's your fault. It's the autocorrect feature on the YouTube app. Like every time I try to type for a super chat, it murders it. So I don't know what you meant. Sorry, buddy. Leaf fan from Japan. This is bad. Sure is. Merry Christmas, Steve, SDPN crew, and chat. Thank you, meme empress. Well, there's a tweet on screen. CJ just tweeted it. What does it say? I'm just waiting for it to appear on my screen. It wouldn't be so bad if we had our picks. Well, we don't. Am I that far behind? Here, let me refresh it. Oh, okay. Here we go. From reporter Chris, the Leafs didn't just lose 5-3 to Nashville. They were caved in again by both shots and attempts. They dropped to 15th in the Eastern Conference in points percentage. Yeah, when like the top insider of the game starts tweeting stuff like that, someone's getting fired, right? I don't know anything. I'm not playing coy. Someone's getting fired. And it might be a lot of someone's. My friends, that is it for this stream on the SDPN YouTube channel, brought to you by Bally Sportsbook and Casino. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like the stream. Click subscribe if you really like to tell your friends. I got to shoot another LFR tonight. And I don't know. Merry